everyone, it's Sue. I hope you're all doing really well. Now, I've got these A4 document wallets that I picked up ages ago in our local Coles supermarket. I don't know whether they sell them still, but I was attracted to them, of course, because they were craft to begin with. But then I thought, well, maybe I could do something with them. So I've been sitting on them for a while thinking, you know, I'd like to do like a flippy folio type thing. And I happened upon Tonya Samuels' YouTube channel. She is amazing. Her work is amazing. So I'm going to put her link down below. Certainly well worth checking out. I, as I said, was heavily inspired by her. And I'm going to try, honestly, it won't be anything like what she's created. As I said, she's amazing. But I thought I could use these document wallets. I'm just going to do one. I was looking at them before. I'm thinking, well, how can I incorporate, you know, maybe two together? It just makes it a little bit hard because they come with this elastic closure. So I'd like to try and keep that if I can. So I thought I'm going to start off small and just work on one of the wallets first. And we're going to build flips and all that sort of thing. The only thing as well is that they are about 12.5 inches in height. So just that little bit taller than a 12-inch sheet of paper, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's okay. We can, you know, add bits of washi tape and that sort of thing to cover up. And I mean, if we show some of the craft around the side as well, I don't think it really matters. So I thought I would bring you along for the ride. Really not sure where I'm headed. I have decided that I'm going to use some of the Tim Holtz papers that I've got. I no longer have any of these in my shop. I am still trying to get some more in. They're a little bit harder to get these days, unfortunately. But I thought I just love his product anyway. And it always goes nice with craft. So if you can find something like this, I'm not going to give you measurements because it's all going to be very different to what you use. I'm just going to have a play around basically and try and make a folio of some sort. So I'll speed the video up now because I'm just going to, thinking, you can see here there are score lines. So I'm going to score, I think, in here just so it's got a little bit more give. I want to try and, so I'm just folding this up so you can see. So I want to have that much inside so that, you know, it makes it a bit easier to bulk it up. So these all have scored lines on all of the flaps. Okay. As I said, I haven't thought about this too much. It'll be just whatever happens as I go along. So we'll be doing trial and error together. So I'm just going to add another score line in here just to sort of, so it's got a little bit more give when it's all put together. And there's another one here. So I'll grab my, what do you call that? This thing? I don't know. Can't think what you call it. Scoreboard, that's what it is. And I'm going to score them. And then I'm going to pull a few papers out and have a little bit of a play around. So as I said, I will speed up the video. Once I've worked out what I'm going to do, I will then, if there's any need to tell you what I'm doing further, I will pop back in and fill you in, okay? All right, so I have just scored those, folded them, and it's given us a little bit more room to be able to fill it with some flips and tucks, that type of thing. And we can still, these will have plenty of room, so even if this expands and this, you know, like moves back a bit because it's full, you know, like bulks out because it's full, we've still got these straps. So I just want to keep those closures basically. All right, so what I thought I might do now is just pull some papers that I think that I might like to use in here. Just need to think a little bit more about it. So I love, you know, if you've seen me and flip throughs of my journals, I love interactive pieces, flips and pockets and tucks and that sort of thing. And this is very much what Tonya did with her folio. So I want to do a similar sort of thing, you know, have lots of different elements to it. What Tonya did was she actually covered the base of her folio with Tim Holtz paper, and I think I might like to do that. Now I'm just thinking, because this is where the elastic goes through, if I cover this, I'm only going to cover to here, and then I'm going to make this a pocket, I think, just so that this is left free to move. I don't want anything glued down over top of that. So I might start with that. Now, as I said, these are taller than 12 inches. I think what I'm going to do, I've just got this isn't Tim Holtz tape, this is just some washi tape I was just using on a different project before. I think I'm just going to add this along the edge, just to add a little bit of pattern, and then I can always collage more once I've got the papers down if I want to. So what I'm going to do is go and do the top edges. So here, 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 here. And then I'm leaving the back at the moment because I'm just not sure how I want to deal with that. And then I'll do here and here. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to add extra glue because washi tape doesn't always stick down. While I'm thinking about it, I'm probably going to leave these pieces here. So I might just do a pocket here on the back. Or I could even do like I could do a big pocket, but just not glue it down over these. I need to think about that more and how that's going to affect the whole opening and closing of the folio. In the meantime, I'm going to just put some of this tape just to cover the edges. I think I'm going to distress the edges as well and ink around them. So I'll do all that. I'll speed that video up and I'll do that as well. So I've just gone through and added the washi tape top and bottom just to sort of so that the craft cardstock isn't showing. As I said, it doesn't matter if a little bit of it's showing, that's fine. I just wanted to have a bit of pattern behind behind any pockets and that sort of thing that don't quite go right to the edge. Don't know whether that is really necessary, but it's done. And I started inking, and then I thought, well, I can ink as I go piece by piece, because I'm just not sure, as I said, where I'm heading with this. I know I want to put a flip of some sort here, here, and here. So maybe that will be my next step, is to add some sort of flip here and here. All right, I'm going to grab some paper. I'm just grabbing one pad, not thinking too much about it. And I haven't even opened this one up. See, I've been hoarding them. Now's the time to use them. Okay, if we can get in there. Does not want to come undone. Okie doke. So what Tonya did as well, and I'm not trying to copy Tonya, but it was a really good idea, because with the Tim Holtz pads, you get like these bits here that sometimes they're really hard to use, and she's used some of those to cover the back. I don't know whether I want to do that. I'm thinking that I'm going to use a full sheet to cover the back. So let's go with this. We might go, excuse me. Let's go with a couple of neutrals, and then we can brighten them up with the pockets and that sort of thing. So let's just grab a few of those, and then we'll see what happens. Excuse me. So I know that, excuse me, sorry. I did write measurements down here somewhere, just bear with me. So this is about 12 and a half, I think, 12 and a half. And this here is, I think, about 9 and a quarter. 9 and a quarter. So you can see what I mean with the with it being too short for 12-inch papers. So I think I'm going to cut this piece here 9 and a quarter. And I'm just going to put all my bits to the side, and I'll utilize all them when I'm decorating further. Okay, so I'm just going to ink around that. I'm not going to glue it down just yet because I need to think about it. And so I've done what I said I wouldn't do. I think what I had originally thought was I would glue to there and then have a pocket coming over here, didn't I? So I'm going to cut this again. So cut that, I didn't think about that. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to measure from this edge to where this finishes. So it'll be about 8 1/4. So I need to cut an inch off that. Basically, I'm going to glue that whole piece down, so it's going to give substance to the folio. Decorate the back, and then here I will add a pocket here so that things can go in there. I'm just wondering whether I want to sew. I think I do want to have sewing in all my pieces as well. So I'm going to have that. Then I need to organize another piece here. So it's going to be the same height, obviously. And then we're looking at 8 1/2. So I need something to cover the back of that, and I'm going to cut that 8 1/2, ink around it, and then sew it. Okie doke. I've inked and sewn around these. Now, you're probably asking, why would you sew around them if they're going to be covered up? Well, parts of them probably will be showing. I like that look, and if they get covered up, it doesn't really matter. So this one here, I'm going to glue this down fully. And it's only going to here because I don't want anything glued over top of this. I'll be putting a pocket here, but same thing, it'll just be glued along here and along here. So this will still be free. I just, with the pocket, I think probably what I'll end up doing is making it 2 pockets. Just so that this isn't sort of, bits that go in the pockets aren't getting stuck on this so much. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to glue this down fully. So I'm going to do that now while I'm thinking about it. And I'm just using up, if I can find it, because it's such a big surface area to be gluing, I'm just using up some clear tacky glue that I've got, that I've had for a while, rather than use up all my art glitter glue. This stuff works really well, but this one too, I've got a little bit of give before it actually sticks down. So whereas with the art glitter glue, it's not so much. The only reason I don't like using this one so much is that it smells. It's got a really strong smell. I've got all my windows and doors open though, but yeah, that's just why I don't like using it really. I'll get it to the edge as best I can. I'm taking it up to the fold, not right on the fold though, and I'm trying to position it so that it's about the same distance is showing top and bottom. And I'm leaving my threads hang. I do that in my journals as well, so just make sure that all adheres down really well and it's not impeding the fold there. which it's not. I've got it on a little bit crooked, but I don't think you'll notice it in the scheme of things. Now this one, I did round these two corners just to go in line with this, and this is going to butt right up against the edge there. Now I'm just thinking, do I want to make this a pocket as well? Because let me just have a think. When it's closed, and that comes over, I'm thinking I might make it a pocket. I might split it in the middle though, which means I'll have to go and sew. So I'm just going to fold it to get the middle. And I'm just going to go and sew that very quickly. I think it's as crooked as anything. But it'll be all right. Okay, so glue that down there. So I'm going to sew there, glue 3 sides and then down the middle. So here, here, and here. So there's a pocket there, pocket there. We've got this covered, which is good. I'm going to do some sort of pocket here. So the pockets will be, the bits and pieces will come in and out this edge, and it'll be the same here. I think. I'm going to think about that. What I want to do now, so this is going to be a several videos to be able to get this finished. But what I want to do for today is I just want to work out some sort of flip here, here and here, and possibly here. Okay, so I'm going to still stick with a fairly neutral card because I just don't know where I'm headed with it. So this is just under 8 inches, so 7 and 15/16. And I want to make it about, I think about 8 inches. So it'll come to about there, and then this one will flip and cover it as well. Right, so let's cut that. So 7, what did I say? 7 and 15/16 by about 8 inches. So I've cut those. I'm just going to place them and just see if that's going to work. So yes, they will. They will. And then this one will go here. So they're going to overlap there and there. And I'll have pockets or envelopes, that sort of thing. So when they flip, they're going to flip, and they'll have this card, the hinge there, but I will cover that. I'm going to glue that there. First of all, I'm going to ink around the edge and sew. So I've got that and that, so they will overlap like that. And then I want something to go here. So it's going to be 12 inches high, and probably I want it to be, I'm just trying to figure out, So really I want it to be as wide as this, don't I? So that's going to be, what did I say that was? 7 and 15/16. So if I make it even a little bit longer, so if I make it about 8 1/4. Okay, so I need a piece that's a 12-inch by 8 1/4. Once again, I'm just doing fairly neutral for the base because I'm going to add more, you know, like blues and reds and that sort of thing to it as we go. Now, same thing, I'm going to glue. The worst comes to worst, if I glue this here and then decide that I wanted to you know, it's not strong enough, or I don't like that look or whatever, I can always just cut another piece and cover it. So it's just going to make it more sturdy. The only thing I don't like about this is that this piece doesn't fit right to the top of the flap. And you know what I think I'm going to do there is I think I'm going to collage a piece similar to so I saw Corey Darman do this. So this is my reference journal. So I've done all little scraps of Tim Holtz paper and made the sheet to fit this reference journal. So I'm wondering whether I might do that for this piece here. I think quite possibly I'm thinking too much about it. But I think I like that idea. I am going to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink these. I am going to sew around them and put them in, and that will be the base started for our folio. I'm just going to ink and sew these. I'm going to put round the corners on these pieces here that overlap. So I'm just going to do that. They'll sit there like that, and they will hinge up and hinge down. So I'm going to ink and sew. I'll come back and glue them on, and then we'll see where we're at. I've inked and sewn around all of those, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue these now to here, and they're going to act as flips, okay, and they will overlap like that, and then like that will close up. And then this piece here, as I said, I'm probably not going to use this piece now, but I'm going to do a collage piece similar to this. I just need to think about that more, and as to where I'm putting pockets and that type of thing, because it's a lot of work and it seems a shame to cover it all up if I do that. So I need to go and have a big think about that, but I'm going to glue these on now, and then I think we'll probably call this video done, and then I'll come back again. As I said, there will be several videos for this, but if you want to craft along, and if you are in Australia and you want to see if you can find some of these document folders, you may even be able to pick them up from Officeworks or your office supply store. Yeah, go and have a look if you want to follow along, and then next time we can maybe create together. So I may not necessarily have the next video the same, like the following day. It just depends. Depends how organized I am and how much I can get done of this particular folio. I need to sort of probably sit down and have a little bit of a think about where I'm heading with it as well. So that's the first one that's in there. And I'm just going to flip it around and glue this other one down. So you want these to glue down pretty well as well, because they'll be when you use them. So my idea with this is to use it to take my journal on the go with me, and with this I will fill it with bits of paper and bits of different journaling elements that I can use in my personal journal. And you know what, I may even just add some journaling within it on tags and that sort of thing. So I mean, there's different things that you could use this for. So I'm just making sure that that's stuck down really well. And so that's the start of our folio. So I could even, if I wanted to, I need to make that a little bit wider. I was going to say I could probably even cover the front, which I might go and do that, but you get the idea. You don't need to probably see me do that. I'll just cover this with just a fairly neutral paper, and then we'll come back and we'll decorate and add color to it. But it's starting to take shape, and I can feel just with those extra bits of card on there, it's becoming quite sturdy now as well. So it's exciting. I'm excited to see it grow and see where it ends up. All right, so there you have it. I'm going to leave it there now. I've got bits and pieces of paper stuck in it everywhere. I'm going to leave that now, and I'll come back in the next video and I will have done the collage piece for here. I may even pop in a video of me doing that. It's not hard, but it's a fun process, so I might even pop in and show you how I do that. And I need to go away and have a think about where I want to go going forward with this. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm really keen to get this done. I love all the flips and flaps and pockets and tucks and that sort of thing. Head over and check out Tonya's video as well. She's amazing. She does beautiful work. As I said, I was heavily inspired by her to do this. I had been looking at these folders I've had these for months and months, and I thought, oh, a folio of some sort might be good for that. Hadn't really thought about it until I saw Tonya's video and thought, yep, that's what I'm going to do with them. So all right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. See you soon. Bye-bye.